It's a little shaky. So I was supposed to be recording this like elaborate YouTube video today, talking about the difference between New Year's resolutions and intentions. I was working with ChatGPT to like create a script on the best way to, format the video the way that like YouTube wants me to format it. And as I was doing that, I was like, oh yeah, I'm telling myself like, yeah, just get into the practice of being a YouTuber. And I'm reading the script and I'm reading the formatting and I'm preparing myself to like set up my YouTube, like set up my home with all of the lights and all of the different things to be a YouTuber. You know what I mean? Like, hopefully you can hear me. I'm going to work on my lighting. I'm going to work on all of these things. And it wasn't working. I had gotten like a portable monitor and I have a Canon M50 that I wanted to, use my nifty 50 with, and it was just going to be this like cinematic genius kind of thing, and I was going to be so proud of myself, and I was just going to put it up and be like, oh, I am amazing, look at me, I'm doing the thing. And it wasn't working. I didn't have the right cords, and it took me probably like an hour to figure out that like I just didn't have the right connectivity cords or whatever adapter, and so I had to figure that out. I talked to ChatGPT. I'm like, what do I need to make this work? And da da da. And they like gave me a laundry list of like things that could potentially be going wrong. And it was just like overwhelming. It was like, oh, maybe you need update your firmware on your camera and blah 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 blah. And I was like, oh my god, I'm literally so overwhelmed with all of this. And I think the solution is probably the most simple solution, that I just don't have the correct adapter for the monitor to camera, which is totally fine. So I like ordered that off of Amazon, and it should like be here later today. Um, yeah, and so I had to take a walk because I was feeling really defeated and really deflated about the whole thing. And I was like, oh, I don't know, so like your word of the year is supposed to be relentless. You're supposed to like do these things and you're supposed to like not stop and you need to like have patience. And I wouldn't say like I was beating myself up about it, but like I was definitely like, oh my gosh, like I'm failing myself from being relentless. And long story short is I'm outside right now and I'm recording this video because I just wanted to get it off my chest. I still wanted to record the video about not even the difference between New Year's resolutions and intentions, because honestly, I, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you, but more so of just sitting with you guys and being like, this is the nitty gritty, this is the trenches, and maybe I should start from the beginning on how I got here and go from there. Anyway, my name's Etanosa. I'm a lifestyle content creator who has decided to go for it, and I'm terrified. I'm so scared, and I actually want to stop saying that altogether, because like I'm not necessarily scared. I think what I'm scared about is that I'm going to fail myself. I think that the effort that I'll put in is not going to reap the benefits, and I'm not the type of person who feels like I can make a step without it knowing it's a solid step. And I think for so long that has been the thing that has stopped me from pursuing my dreams of becoming like a full-time content creator, like putting in the work, putting in the time, putting in the reps, being in the trenches, having the hard days over and over and over again, and like coming out on the other side. And I think 2024 gave me a perspective of like, you could be making the most solid steps, or you could be making a leap, taking a leap of faith kind of thing. And a lot of life is like out of your hands. If you see my intro video, it literally is like, I got laid off. And I hate that video right now because I made it like my personality trait. I made it getting laid off my personality trait. And that was the thing I was going to relate to people on and whatnot. And I'm just like, I need to like update it and make it a little bit more positive about like who I am as a person. But being laid off did teach me a lot, and it kind of just like knocked me back on my butt, and it was like, now what? So I think I spent from July to December just kind of like healing the hurt that I felt from being laid off, but also and like I just kind of dove into content creation. I was like, oh my gosh, this makes me so happy. It sets my heart on fire. Like I absolutely love this so, so much. And then December comes around, unemployment is running out. I'm getting really nervous about what that looks like. And I'm like, what am I going to do next? And things are like coming into my plate. And I think that's the thing about life and like chasing dreams. Like things will come in front of you and they will be like, oh my gosh, like take me. Like I'm the thing that you need to take in order to be secure and have stability and just like be content, right? And I've always wanted that. My whole life has always been very stable, which I'm so thankful and grateful for. But I cannot escape this aspect of just like wanting to be a content creator, trying to make this work, flipping all over all the stones and seeing what sticks, right? Like everyone's like, oh, so, how are you going to monetize this? I don't know how I'm going to monetize this. I don't know how I'm going to beef up my bank. I have no idea. And like that thought is so scary to me, but like I have to at least like try. I have to at least just like go for it. And I have all the skills and I have the talent and I have the concepts in my head, but I just didn't have the time nor the space. And the way that my current situation in my life is set up is that I can take this opportunity to be, I don't want to say selfish because I don't think it's selfish, but I have the opportunity to not have to worry about like my basic necessities. And my partner keeps telling me that, he believes in me and truly he's my biggest cheerleader. So, and it's hard for me to believe that. I truly need to go to therapy, honestly. But he consistently tells me he's got it. It's okay. He believes in me. He supports in me. He like sees the potential in all of these things. And, he's been in a situation where he had taken a chance on himself and, maybe opted out too early, or he was like, I got to my limits, right? And I did everything I felt like I could and it didn't work. And, I had to make a choice and, support himself. And that's extremely inspiring. And for me, it's like I've never had an opportunity or taken that chance on myself to like turn over every stone, try everything, get to the last of the last out of just going for what I really, 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 really wanted to. So this is it for me. This is it for me. This is my opportunity to go for it. Go as hard as I possibly can. I'm not going to really edit this video. I'm going to upload it because like this is who I am as a person. I'm not an expert I don't consider myself an expert in anything. I want people to be here with me in the nitty-gritty, in the trenches, figuring it out, because if I've anything, I'm an expert in figuring it out. Okay? Like I will learn the things I need to learn. I will read the books I need to read. I will talk to the people I need to talk to. I will like figure out the solutions. I will watch a bajillion YouTube videos, but I'm just someone who's going for it, and I'm navigating just relearning myself, telling myself who we are, re-identifying and being like, this is who you are. This is who you thought you could be, and you're doing everything that you've envisioned for yourself right now, and you're going to keep going. My word of the year is relentless. And I honestly, it's a bad word. I hate telling people my word of the year because it just allows the world to hold me accountable on whatever that word means to them. And I've tried to define relentless as like, I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to persevere. When the tough gets going, the going gets tough kind of thing. And when people hear the word relentless and match it to your actions kind of thing, and it doesn't match up to what relentless is, it's hard to navigate and change their perception to like get them on your side. And the reality is I don't need them on my side. I do need them to push me. I do need them to remind me that like I'm not being relentless. I'm still operating in fear. And it's a hard pill to swallow, honestly, but I'm trying so hard. Like, the fact that I'm out here recording this video and just being like, I'm going to post it, because I told myself, like, every week a video is going up. It does not have to be the most polished. It does not have to be the most cinematic. It has to be a video that goes up. And yeah, we're going to do it. So I'm just taking you along the journey to figuring out what being relentless looks like. And hopefully I can fulfill my dreams of being a full-time content creator and create a life of flexibility and of happiness and of creativity and of, bringing goodness into the world, because ultimately that's really what I want to do, right? I want a life of all of those things, and maybe along this journey I'll find what I'm an expert in and that you keep coming back to. But I do hope that you continue to come back to this channel or subscribe to this channel, honestly, that we can have these chit chat talks and one-on-one. I'm a pretty transparent person. I like to share exactly what's on my mind. I don't want it to be scripted. I hope you learned something, but I hope more so that you are learning with me. I don't think of myself necessarily as a teacher. Of course, I have my gems that I drop, but ultimately I think and I believe that we learn from each other. And yeah, so, let's do this together. We're on the road here to 500 subscribers. And I'd love for you to be a part of this journey, this family, this whatever you want to call it, this space. But yeah, thanks for listening. I'm freezing cold and I'm going to go home. This was exactly what I needed. All right. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe.